Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course we do elevate His name this morning as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, I must take the opportunity to extend to you the eternal and of course the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you and yours. A most pleasant good morning going out to you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. Of course, we are now coming to the end of another week in our lives. We are heading towards, the weekend. Blessing upon blessing. As always, I do pray and hope that you are healthy, you are well, and of course you are enjoying a period of happiness and prosperity, a period of well-being. Well, I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safras Ghani, here in your company once again on this auspicious and holy day of Friday. Of course, I do take the opportunity first up to extend to you and yours a most heartfelt Jummah Mubarak greetings. And of course, I take the opportunity as well to say a very, very special thank you going out to Pandit Shivan Hari Prasad for his previous rendition, for his words of inspiration, his words of motivation. And of course, as we always tend to do here in the program, we most definitely do wish him a safe and a speedy trip back home. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. O Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Well, today's Islamic date is the 23rd day in the month of Safar, which is the second month on the Islamic calendar. We are currently in the year 1448. So very quickly, we are now counting down the days towards the end of the second month on the Islamic calendar. And of course, as those days go by and as we come closer to the end of the month, we will be then looking for the moon to determine exactly when will this month come to an end. Today also coincides with the first Friday in the month of August for the year 2026. So basically, a new month basically in our hands. Almighty Allah has indeed blessed us with so many good things in our lives. And as the days go by, as the moments of our lives go by, it's important to understand and to acknowledge those bounties and those blessings. Well, on that note, as we are now getting ready to commence the holy day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago, of course, allow me now to take the opportunity to officially welcome you live on air, live on the internet, live across our social feeds as well on Facebook and on YouTube for this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations. Of course, you can view a live stream this morning. We've got two options available. You can go to YouTube, open your search bar, type in Imam Safras Ghani. That'll take you to my personal YouTube channel. You can also view past recordings of previous segments. And of course, you can go to Facebook as well, open your search bar, and of course, you can type in Safras Ghani. That'll give you the second option to view the live stream of the program this morning. Well, on that note, definitely, I've got lots to share with you as we work our way through the course of this particular hour. Definitely do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM for this rendition of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education and entertainment. Do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM. I'm yours truly, Imam Safras Ghani.
परवरदिगारे आलम तेरा ही है सहारा, तेरे सिवा जहां में कोई नहीं हमारा। परवरदिगारे आलम तेरा ही है सहारा, तेरे सिवा जहां में कोई नहीं हमारा। परवरदिगारे आलम नूह का सफीना तूने तूफान से बचाया, दुनिया में ہمیشہ بندوں کے کام آیا. مانگی خلیل نے جب تجھ سے دعا خدایا، آتش کو تو نے فوراً ایک گلستاں بنایا. مولا تیرے کرم کا کوئی نہیں کنارہ. یونس کو تو نے مچھلی کے پیٹ سے نکالا. تو نے ہی مشکلوں میں ایوب کو سنبھالا. الیاس پر کرم کا تو نے کیا اجالا. ہر التجا نے تیری رحمت کو ہے ابھارا. تو نے صدا الہی بگڑی کو ہے سنوارا. یوسف کو تو نے مولا دی قید سے رہائی. یعقوب کو دوبارہ شکل پسر دکھائی. بہتی ہوئی ندی میں موسیٰ کی راہ بنائی. تو نے صلیب پر بھی عیسیٰ کی جان بچائی. مولا تیرے کرم کا کوئی نہیں کنارہ.
Yes, indeed, a wonderful rendition to kickstart things off on the program this morning. Parwardigari Alam, Tera Hi Hai Sahara. O Lord of the heavens and the earth, we lean only on you. And there is none other than you that we can get that support from, that we can get that blessing from. So every single day we wake up, we turn our attention to the Creator, to the Almighty, to guide us through the challenges of life. Well, of course, you are tuned into Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Safraz Ghani. And as always, I must say it's indeed an absolute honor and, of course, a personal pleasure to be in your company once again for around about the next hour or so. And, of course, the program this morning is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, The Original Barbecue Hut Limited, Nicer Brand Products Limited, and Point 14 Hardware Limited. Of course, just as a reminder, you can most definitely send me a message this morning via the WhatsApp number 2994103. Alternatively, you can send me a message via the social feeds on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Well, in the program this morning, as we always tend to do here on 103.1 FM, we've got a most interesting segment coming your way. We've got our short inspirational segment coming up in just a short bit. We've got the early morning call to prayer just around the corner as well. I've got a few beautiful Islamic selections lined up for you, and a bit later on, as we get into our lecture segment, this morning we are talking about how extended family interference can ruin a good relationship. That's our talking point for this morning. Definitely do keep a locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational and, of course, motivational programming as we go through the course of this particular hour right here on 103.1 FM. Thank you so much for the pleasure of your company. Once again, Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours.
أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد في سكون الليل أدعو في سجودي والدجى حولي سواد في سوادي يا رؤوفا يا رحيما يا حليما يا كريما ما لفضلك من نفادي يا سميعا يا مجيبا يا عظيما اهدني يا خالق السبع الشداد أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد للهدى والحق وفقني إلهي فعلى توفيقك اليوم اعتمادي يا إله الكون يا عوني وغوثي يا ملال الخلق في يوم المعاد أنا يا ربي أرجو منك عفوا فاعف عن ذنبي وحقق لي مرادي أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري. يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد. أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد. وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري. يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد.
Yes, indeed, another wonderful rendition which basically reminds us to focus on the good things that Almighty Allah has placed for you in your life. When you focus on the blessings, your heart will automatically shine. And that's a very, very important aspect that we must try to inculcate in our lives. And of course, as we look forward to another day in our lives, it's important to remember that sometimes we will be faced with positivity, sometimes we will be faced by negativity, and both things will approach you at some point. Well, the thing about the negative aspect is that you can't unsee, you can't unhear, or you can't even undo the negativity, but you can still decide what takes root. And whatever you do, choose what steadies you, choose what carries you forward in peace. Remember that your calm is still yours to claim. So whatever you do, whatever you are going through right now in life, take a moment to calm your mind. That's so very, very important. The benefits of a calm mind cannot be underestimated. I mean, so much of the stress that you're going through right now is just your own thoughts. So take a step back, breathe, take a moment to pause, and know that eventually all will turn out well. Have trust in the Almighty and know deep down that He will bring you through this. So I want to say to you this morning, may Allah bless you this day. May He bless you in this new month, the month of August. May He continue to open all of the doors of mercy upon you. And of course, may He continue to guide your footsteps always towards happiness, prosperity, and may He grant you the strength and the courage to face whatever challenges will come your way today, this new week, this new month, and of course, as the year continues to progress. I also want to take the opportunity as well to say the program this morning is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, The Original Barbecue Hut Limited, Nicer Brand Products Limited, and Point 14 Hardware Limited. Well, just around the corner, we've got our inspirational segment coming up. Once again, it's a pleasure to have you on board with us. Do stick around. This is Soul Inspirations. So I want to begin this morning by stating a simple, undeniable truth. And that is that your resources and your life force in this world are limited. You have a limited number of heartbeats. You have a limited number of days. And you have a limited amount of emotional currency to spend before your sun sets, so to speak, and before you leave this world for good. In spite of that, if we look at our lives, a lot of times we act as if our energy is an infinite well. We wake up every day and hand out our peace of mind to anyone who asks for it. We give our joy to the critical co-worker. We give our focus to the toxic friend. We give our mental health to the stranger on the internet who disagrees with us. We pour our precious, irreplaceable life force into people who do not care about our well-being. We pour that life force into people who do not respect our boundaries, and into people who would not even pause their day to notice if we were drowning. So So today I want to challenge you to look at your life through the lens of what is known as emotional economics. Stop spending millionaire energy on people who only offer you bankruptcy in return. Now, to understand how dangerous this is, imagine for a moment that you are a master gardener. You have been given a single small plot of land and a limited bag of rare, beautiful seeds. These seeds represent your love, your time, your kindness, your attention. Now, imagine that every morning you walk past your own garden, you ignore the rich, fertile soil waiting for your care. Instead, you walk over to a barren, concrete parking lot down the street. You kneel down on the hard asphalt and you pour your water, your fertilizers and your precious seeds directly onto the concrete. Now, day after day, you sweat under the sun, crying over the asphalt, wondering why no flowers are blooming. You try harder, you give more water, you spend all of your strength, but in the end, it's only concrete. It cannot grow what you are offering. It does not have the capacity to sustain life. And all the while that you are exhausting yourself on the asphalt, the plot of land at home, the one meant for your family, for your true friends, for your well-being, is being completely overtaken by weeds. And this is exactly what we do when you try to please, when you try to fix or win over the wrong people. You pour your life into a concrete parking lot, and oftentimes it comes from a good place. You want to be kind. You believe that if you just love them a little harder, if you explain yourself a little better, if you give them one more chance, they will eventually finally bloom. But I want you to hear me clearly this morning. You cannot buy belonging from someone who lacks the capacity to value you. When you spend your time on people who don't deserve it, you are pouring water into a glass with no bottom. They will drain your enthusiasm, they will siphon your peace, and they will leave you running on an empty tank. And the tragedy of this dynamic is not just that you end up exhausted. The true tragedy is what happens to the fertile ground waiting for you at home. Every single choice you give your energy, every single choice to give your energy to a toxic or indifferent person is automatically a silent choice to steal that energy away from the people who actually matter. I mean, think about it. When you spend your entire evening venting, stressed and angry about someone who would have mistreated you at work, who pays the ultimate price? Your spouse pays the price. Your children, they pay the price. Your parents, they pay the price. And your truest and your most genuine friends, they also have to deal with that as well. They get the leftover version of you. They get the tired, distracted, irritable, and the emotional, unavailable version of you. The people who would move mountains for you end up receiving the crumbs of your existence, while the people who don't care about you get the feasts. And this is a profound, unfair misalignment of life's greatest treasure. Love is allocated through time. Look at the people who celebrate your victories, who sit with you in the darkest moments, and who love you when you have absolutely nothing to offer. They are your priority ground. They deserve your best version, not your exhausted self. Now, if you are guilty of this, the question is, how do you address it? Well, quite simply, you address it by reclaiming and redirecting your energy. Reclaiming your energy does not require you to become cruel. It does not require you to become bitter or even aggressive. It simply requires you to become fiercely protective. It means mastering the art of the polite dismissal. It means looking at a dramatic situation or a one-sided relationship and saying that, you know what, I wish you well, but I can no longer afford to fund this with my peace. It means closing the door on casual critics and opening the windows for the people who breathe life into your soul. When you stop trying to grow flowers on concrete You suddenly find the capacity to be fully present, to be deeply loving and profoundly attentive to the souls who actually anchor your life. Put every measure in place to protect your inner circle. Give them the best version of yourself. Do not spend that version of yourself on people who are undeserving. So here's what I want you to stop doing. Stop spending your time chasing people who don't deserve it. Stop spending your time on people who drain you, on people who dismiss you, on people who only show up when it benefits them. People who keep you confused, stressed, or constantly doubting your worth. You can love people and still recognize when they are not good for you. You can forgive and still protect your peace at all costs, because some people will always take and they will never build. Some people will always criticize and they will never encourage. Some people will always create distance and then ask, why are you tired? And if you keep giving the best version of yourself in the wrong places, you won't just feel disappointed, you will eventually become depleted. So this morning I want you to take a hard look at your inner circle. Stop auditioning for roles in the lives of people where you are barely a footnote. Focus on the people who have made you a main character in their lives. Your time is your life. Do not throw it away on those who treat it as disposable. Invest it deeply, invest it generously and unapologetically into the people who make this journey of life worth traveling. Guard your heart, protect your energy, and love the ones who love you back. At this point on the program, we now go to the early morning call to prayer. The early morning call to prayer is being brought to you this morning through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Canupia.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الصلاة الصلاة خير من النوم الله الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
في ليلة من الليالي لست أدري ما تراني ظلمة تغمرني يا رب. الأرض ضاقت والسماء وقلبي ما رفض الضياء والدمع بات يبكي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي. عصيت والذنب كبير وإني في حزني أسير مقيد بذنبي يا رب. فهل أستحق يا إلهي العفو مجرما مقر بالذنوب يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي. أنت الذي خلقتني رحمتني ورزقتني دوما يا ربي قد كنت معي. لكنني نأيت عنك نسيت ما قد كان لك وسرت في طريق يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي. أنت الذي خلقتني رحمتني ورزقتني دوما يا ربي قد كنت معي. لكنني نأيت عنك نسيت ما قد كان لك وسرت في طريق يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي. واليوم يا ربي أعود من ظلمة خلف الحدود فالقلب منكسر وطرفي حائر وأنا الغريق فلا أرى إلا سواك لمنقذا لا منجا ولا منجا إلا أنت يا إلهي 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 يا إلهي.
लब पे आती है दुआ बन के तमन्ना मेरी. लब पे आती है दुआ बन के तमन्ना मेरी. जिंदगी शम्मा की सूरत हो खुदाया मेरी. जिंदगी शम्मा की सूरत हो खुदाया मेरी. हो मेरे दम से यूं ही मेरे वतन की जीनत. हो मेरे दम से यूं ही मेरे वतन की जीनत. जिस तरह फूल से होती है चमन की जीनत. جس طرح پھول سے ہوتی ہے چمن کی زینت، زندگی ہو میری پروان کی صورت یا رب، زندگی ہو میری پروان کی صورت یا رب، علم کی شمع سے ہو مجھ کو محبت یا رب، علم کی شمع سے ہو مجھ کو محبت یا رب، ہو میرا کام غریبوں کی حمایت کرنا، درد مندوں سے ضعیفوں سے محبت کرنا، میرے بچانا مجھ کو، نیک جو راہ ہو اس راہ پہ چلانا مجھ کو، نیک جو راہ ہو اس راہ پہ چلانا مجھ کو، میرے اللہ برائی سے بچانا مجھ کو، نیک جو راہ ہو اس راہ پہ چلانا مجھ کو، لب پہ آتی ہے دعا بن کے تمنا میری، زندگی شمع کی صورت ہو خدایا میری، لب پہ آتی ہے دعا بن کے تمنا میری، زندگی شمع کی صورت ہو خدایا میری۔
أهلا بك شهر حبيب، فيك الأحبة تلتقي، نرجو الهداية والرضوان بمزيد من ذكر وقيام، هل الهلال بنور.
میں بھٹکا ہوا تھا، پریشان تھا میں، سہارا بھی مجھ کو ملا تھا نہ کوئی، تجھے میں نے سب کے دلوں میں جو ڈھونڈا، ملا مجھ کو اپنے ہی دل کے کنارے، یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ یا رحیم یا کریم، زمیں کے حسن میں شرابور تھا میں، اٹھاتا تھا سر ڈھونڈتا تھا میں تجھ کو، پہاڑوں ستاروں بدلتی فضاؤں کو جب میں نے سمجھا، ملا مجھ کو تو ہی، یا اللہ یا اللہ یا اللہ یا رحیم یا کریم، یا رحیم یا کریم معاف کر دے مجھ کو بھی، تو ہی تو بس میرے ہے سب سے قریب، ہاں کریم، یا رحیم یا کریم معاف کر دے مجھ کو بھی، تو ہی تو बस मेरे है सबसे करीब हाँ करीब लगा के ये दिल मैंने दुनिया से देखा फिर ऐसा हुआ दिल लगाया ये तुझसे न दर में न शहर में न अपने ही घर में मिला जो सुकून कलब तेरे घर में या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या रहीम या करीम या रहीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब हाँ करीब या रहीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब हाँ करीब या रहीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब हाँ करीब या रहीम
Welcome back, I'm yours truly, Imam Safraz Ghani, host of this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education and entertainment on this beautiful Friday morning, the first Friday in the month of August. Jummah Mubarak going out to you as well. The summer vacations are going by so very quickly. I know, of course, we would love for the vacation to stay for a very long time, but of course, time goes on, time waits for no one. Well, of course, you can send me a message this morning via the WhatsApp number 2994103. Alternatively, you can shoot me a message via the social feeds as well. Special thanks going out to all those who have messaged on the program thus far via the WhatsApp, via the social feeds. I always do appreciate your kind words greatly. Well, at this point in the program, we now get into our lecture segment, and this morning we are talking about how extended family interference can ruin a good relationship, can ruin a good marriage. So let me start by saying this. Your marriage is not a performance for the world, and it's not a project that other people get to manage. A good marriage is built by two people who choose each other day after day with love, respect, and effort. And when extended family gets too involved, even with good intentions, it can quietly steal what should be the most valued asset in your life, and that quite simply is your unity. When two people stand together and commit to a life partnership, they are not just signing a contract, they are drawing a circle in the sand. Now, inside that circle is a new country. It has its own culture, it has its own rules, its own language, and its own future. Now, the greatest threat to this new country rarely comes from the inside world. It often comes from the borders we fail to defend against the people we love the most, our extended families. And let us be completely clear about one thing. Family is indeed a blessing from Almighty Allah. The culture, the heritage, the support of parents, siblings, in-laws can provide a beautiful safety net. But a safety net can easily become a noose around your neck if it is allowed to tighten. And when you say I do, your primary allegiance changes, and you must understand that. It must change. Your spouse becomes your immediate family, and your parents, your siblings, and all of the family members become your extended family. If you do not understand this shift, you are inviting friction, you are inviting resentment, and ultimately you are inviting ruin into your home. Now, to understand how easily this happens, imagine a young couple who inherits a beautiful historic lighthouse on a rocky cliff. Now, their mission is simple yet critical. Keep the light burning bright enough to guide each other through the darkest, stormiest nights of life. Soon after they move in, Their well-meaning extended family member come to visit. One family member walks into the lens room, so to speak, looks around and says, you know what, this light is too bright, it needs to be softer, it needs to be a shade warmer, and she places a heavy velvet cloth over the glass. Then after some time, another family member walks up and says, you know what, the mechanism is turning too fast, it's wasting too much energy, we need to slow it down. So he goes and he adjusts the gears to match his own preferences. Finally, the extended family arrive, bringing boxes of their own old furniture and opinions, stacking them so high inside the tower that the couple can barely move around each other. Now, one night a massive storm hits, the sea rages, the husband and wife rush to the top of the tower to guide each other through the darkness, but they can't. The light is muffled by the velvet cloth, the gears are jammed by outside adjustments, the room is so cluttered with other people's belongings that the couple cannot even reach the controls together. In their attempt to please everyone, they let their own light go out and their ship crashes against the rocks. And this is exactly what happens when we allow family interference into a marriage. And interference rarely starts with malice. It usually starts with love, with tradition, or a lack of awareness. It starts with a well-meaning mother giving unsolicited advice on how to raise your children. It starts with a protective brother questioning how your spouse manages money. It starts with a father critiquing how your home is run. But when you open the door to these opinions, you unconsciously signal to your partner that their voice is not enough. Every time you allow a relative to criticize, to micromanage, or to disrespect your spouse, you are chipping away at the foundation of your marriage. You are telling your partner, I value their comfort more than your peace. And marriage requires absolute emotional safety. Your spouse needs to know that when the bedroom door closes, the world is locked out. They need to know that you are a united front. And if a spouse feels like they are constantly auditioning for the approval of your family, they will eventually stop trying. And when they stop trying, the marriage begins to die. And the most dangerous weapon of family interference is division. When a couple faces a challenge, they are supposed to turn to each other. They are supposed to sit at the table, look each other in the eye, and work it out and figure it out. But when interference is present, one partner turns outward instead of inward. They run and they vent to their family members. And here's the truth about venting to your family. You will forgive your spouse, but your family never will. You are handing them ammunition to use against the person you love. By bringing third parties into your marital disputes, you create a crowded bed. You are no longer navigating a conflict between two people. You are now fighting your spouse. You are now fighting the extended family members and anyone else who has been granted an opinion. A house divided against itself cannot and will not stand. You cannot build a secure empire when outsiders are holding the keys to the castle. So how do you fix this? How do you protect the love you have built without abandoning the people who raised you? That's a real predicament to be in. How do you protect the love that you have built without abandoning the people who raised you? Well, you do so by simply reclaiming the borders. It requires the courage to set boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are gates to let people know where your property begins. Setting boundaries means having the hard conversations. It means looking at your own family members and saying, you know what, I love you, I appreciate your perspective, but my spouse and I will make this decision together. It means standing up for your partner in public, even if it means disagreeing with your own family members. You must be the shield for your spouse. It is your job to manage your family, and it is your spouse's job to manage theirs. Never force your partner to fight your relatives. That is a betrayal of the protective vow you took. Protecting your marriage from interference is not cruel, and I want you to remember that. It is an act of deep love and necessity. When you prioritize your spouse, you actually create a healthier ecosystem for everyone. You show your children what a committed, unified partnership looks like. You teach your extended family how to respect your adulthood, how to respect your boundaries. And most importantly, you give your marriage the oxygen it needs to breathe, to grow, to flourish. Because in the end, your marriage is a unique masterpiece. It does not need to look like anyone else's marriage. It does not need to follow the timeline of anyone else. It belongs to the two of you. So whatever you do, guard your circle. Lock the gates against uninvited opinions. Stand shoulder to shoulder, face the world together. And let your love be the highest authority in your home. And with that mentality, you will be rightly guided. You will be guided by the Almighty, and He will remove from your pathway all obstacles which may crop itself up.
سال دمعي شوقا يا حبيبي إليك، فاض قلبي عشقا بالصلاة عليك. طارت روحي حبا في المنام إليك، رام كل قربا سيدي لبيك. قلبي في المدينة وجد السكينة، قال يا نبينا السلام عليك. قلبي في المدينة وجد السكينة، محمد نبينا السلام عليك. صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا رسول الله، صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا حبيب الله. صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا رسول الله، صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا حبيب الله. رسول الله حبيب الله، رسول الله حبيب الله. يا أبا الزهراء كم أحن إليك، للقبات الخضراء جئت أصلي عليك. يا جد الحسنين محمد يا زين، يا من جئتنا بشرى طه نور العين. قلبي في المدينة وجد السكينة، قال يا نبينا السلام عليك. قلبي في المدينة وجد السكينة، محمد نبينا السلام عليك. صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا رسول الله، صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا حبيب الله. صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا رسول الله، صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا حبيب الله. رسول الله حبيب الله، رسول الله حبيب الله، رسول الله حبيب الله، رسول الله حبيب الله. قلبي في المدينة وجد السكينة، محمد نبينا السلام عليك.
Well, unfortunately, at this point in the program, we now look to drop curtains on this particular hour. We are now coming to the end of the program for this morning, and I must take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this morning has been brought to you through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, The Original Barbecue Hut Limited, Nicer Brand Products Limited, and Point Fortin Hardware Limited. I also must take the opportunity as well to say a very special salam and greetings of peace going out to you and yours, our listeners and viewers who have joined us on the program this morning. Thank you so much for your kind messages. Thank you so much for your beautiful words. To all those who would have messaged on the program this morning, I say to you, may the blessings and the mercies of the Almighty be with you always. Well, of course, it was indeed an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the past hour or so. By all means, do catch me next week Friday, God willing, from 5 a.m. as we bring to you another segment of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. Well, I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safraz Ghani, signing out for this morning. Until next week Friday, please do have an extremely blessed day, a blessed weekend, a blessed week. Stay safe, stay in the mercy of the Almighty. Much love, and may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you always. Well, up next is News at 6, followed by Prabhat. Most definitely do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational and of course motivational programming throughout the course of today. And whatever you do, always aspire to inspire before you expire. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم سحر کا وقت تھا معصوم کلیاں مسکراتی تھی ہوائیں خیر مقدم کے ترانے گنگناتی تھی ابھی جبریل بھی اترے نہ تھے کعبے کے منبر سے کہ اتنے میں صدا آئی یہ عبداللہ کے گھر سے مبارک ہو شہ ہر دو جہاں تشریف لے آئے مبارک ہو محمد مصطفیٰ تشریف لے آئے مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم نہ کوئی آپ جیسا تھا نہ کوئی آپ جیسا ہے کوئی یوسف سے پوچھے مصطفیٰ کا حسن کیسا ہے زمین و آسمان میں کوئی بھی مثال نہ ملی مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كل